ever tell you what the definition of insanity is? Insanity is doing the exact same fucking thing over and over again, expecting shit to change. That is crazy. But the first time somebody told me that, I don't know, I thought they were bullshitting me, so boom, I shot him. The thing is, okay, he was right. And then I started seeing it everywhere I looked, all these fucking pricks. Everywhere I looked, doing the exact same fucking thing. Over and over and over and over and over again. Thinking, this time is gonna be different. No, please. This time is gonna be different. Did I ever tell you the definition of insanity?
Oh, Jesus. No.
Oh, fuck you!
So I want to start this video by saying that I am not your typical trophy hunter, but when I do love a game, I will do my best. I will go out of my way to achieve 100% completion in that game, and since I'm playing mainly on console, I will do my best to get the platinum trophy, which means that I have done everything there was to do in that game. Sometimes, some other time, I might play a game and get the platinum trophy just because it's an easy platinum to get. And when it comes to Wukong, Black Myth Wukong, my first impressions of the game were positive, quite positive. I really dig this game. But somehow, for whatever reason, the more I kept playing and the more I kept hunting for the platinum trophy, the more I kept despising the game. I don't know how to explain it. It's just weird. Like, you start hating on something you initially loved. And it's not because I just kept playing. Right now, I'm sitting at 100 plus hours in this game. I recently finished my 4th cycle, which means that I'm on New Game Plus, soon to be in New Game Plus. So I played this game extensively and I achieved everything achievable. But for whatever reason, the more I kept playing, the more I kept hating. So today I want to share with you my experience when it comes to getting all the trophies on Black Myth Wukong. Right off the bat, there is something we need to address. On console, on PlayStation 5, because the game is not out on Xbox just yet, for whatever reason, on PlayStation 5, you have 36 trophies to get in order to achieve 100% completion. For whatever reason, it's not the same on PC. On PC, you have to collect 80 trophies. You heard me right, 80 trophies. I don't know why there is that disparity. It's the same game, so why do we have different trophies requirement? I don't understand. But based on how miserable I felt upon getting the platinum trophy in Black Myth Wukong, I can't help but feel sorry for people playing on PC. But 80 trophies? Damn, that's a lot. So anyway, let's talk about the trophies in Black Myth Wukong, because I know some people in the future, or maybe even right now, might be tempted to go for the platinum trophy for the same reasons I do. So as of right now, I think for the most part, the trophies are quite reasonable. Most of them can be just acquired by playing the game, you know, by just defeating some enemies, by performing dodges, by crafting a piece of armor and upgrading said piece of armor, getting a new weapon, getting a new set, you know, nothing crazy, nothing unreasonable just yet. I think by the time you finish your first playthrough, you might have acquired maybe I'll say 70% of the platinum, all the trophies you need to get the platinum trophy, and this is where your misery will start. Because for whatever reason, they decided to tie some trophies to luck, to RNG, to random drops. Again, I don't understand why they would do that, because that does not require skill, not any type of knowledge, just you hoping for the best. I don't know why they would do that, and I don't also understand why the description and even the name of some trophies is quite just random, you know? Like in any other game, I feel like they would try to tell you what to do. For example, you have this trophy called a Great Gust, and the description is there will be more sages if the maker still engages. Oh, ooh. Okay, so this rhymes, okay? This is a nice sentence with great words put together. But what the hell am I supposed to understand from that description? What am I supposed to do? So are you saying I should defeat every single sage in the game? That would be my first assumption. I don't know. Most of the time, during my playthrough, when a trophy popped up, I was like, huh? Oh, I was supposed to do this? Oh, okay. The description is supposed to help you get the trophy. And I can only assume this is due to maybe some translation issues. This I'm willing to forgive, but again, it is on you. If the game got mistranslated, it is on you if somewhere down the line something happened and now I can understand what you want me to do. But yeah, at some point you will hit a wall where you don't really know what to do, how to get that one trophy. So you go online and you realize that maybe with a trophy like Mantled with Might, or that one gave me nightmares. Mantled with Might. I think overall there are 3 trophies which almost drove me nuts. Mantled with Might is the first one, and I want to just read to you the description. Shoes on feet, hat on head, embroidered shirt, dearest robe, free as can be, doing as you please. Again, a nice nice words put together. It's cute, except I don't know what I'm supposed to do. What am I supposed to do? Okay, I'm assuming I need to collect every single armor set in the game. That would be my first assumption, okay? I need to get everything, every single armor in the game. Here's the thing, I did not know about Black Myth Wukong. Some enemies will drop some items. At the time, I didn't think much of it. I always assumed, well, this is just like any other Souls-like game. Now, just to be clear, I am not saying that Black Myth Wukong is a Souls-like. It definitely takes some inspiration from games made by From Software, but I feel like they mostly copy the bad aspect of Souls-like without understanding the recipe itself. At the time, when I was defeating those enemies and getting those items, I didn't think much of it. I always assumed, well, if you kill this enemy, sometimes they can drop something. I did not know that those drops were tied to a trophy, and it led to what almost drove me mad about this game, the drop rate for some items. Because yes, there will be grind. I didn't think this was the type of game where I would expect to be lucky. I always assumed that everything would be available, you know, maybe you get to this place and open this chest and then you get this armor set. But no, you have to kill this enemy if you are lucky, maybe like 3 times, but if you are really unlucky like me, I don't know what the drop rate is. I would assume it's like 5%, because for the love of God, I have tried. I've killed enemies for 2 hours straight, trying to get pieces of armors I'm not going to use ever because they were trash to begin with. They were so bad, I'm never going to use them. But hey, I need them for a trophy. This is a mistake, because this again has nothing to do with skills. I would rather prefer a trophy which expects me to perform maybe 5 perfect dodges in a row. That way I feel tested. But having to kill an enemy like multiple times just because you have to do that for a trophy it's just mean toward people who just want to complete everything, who just want to keep playing your game, who just want to achieve everything achievable in your. This is just mean to those people, and the more I kept trying to get that trophy, the more miserable I felt. And I feel like you are going to feel just as miserable if you try to also seek the platinum trophy or 100% completion. And there are multiple instances why they did that. There is another trophy which requires you to have every single drink, every single soak, and every single gourd in the game. And again, at the time I was just collecting everything. When I saw something shining, I was just going to go there and collect the item. And sometimes you will get a soak, and soaks are items you can equip to your drink to give you benefits whenever you heal. I did not know that those were random, and I did not know that that those were tied to a platinum trophy. This led me to loot multiple times some flowers just because I was waiting, I was expecting to get that one item I needed. So here's the thing about the plants in this game. They refresh or reset every 30 minutes. This is not in-game time, this is real life time. So the game basically wants you to just wait for 30 minutes and then try your luck, and if you are unsuccessful, you try again in the next 30 minutes. They want to try again in the next 30 minutes, and if you are again unlucky, you have to just spend 1 hour trying to get one item. And this is just, again, this is just for one plant. You have multiple soaks which are dropped by multiple plants, and they just want to keep trying every 30 minutes. And a little quick tip on PlayStation 5. I don't know how it works on PC, probably the same, but here's what I did. I went to a spot where I knew there were multiple plants, the plants I needed, and basically whenever I would try my luck and be unsuccessful, which I was, I would just back off to the main menu, go into my settings, and increase the time by 30, my actual time, my dating time, by 30 minutes, and then I would go back to the game and try. I used this method for basically every single plant, and it worked. Even though that was tedious, having to back off every single time, and because those loading times are quite lengthy. I don't know why the game takes that long to load areas and load, I don't know, levels, but it worked. This method worked. But here's the thing, I didn't feel rewarded. I just felt played. I just felt like I was doing something unnecessary, something and again, for items I would probably not even use because they are not that good. So I was just wasting my time, not actually fighting people, not improving my skills. No, I was just I just became a farmer. For whatever reason, Black Myth Wukong became Farming Simulator 101. I don't understand why those are trophies. I don't know. Again, I do understand why, but why are they so grindy? You don't have to do this. You can just stick to the main game, get your basic trophies, and move on with your life. But again, if you like the game, especially if you are a trophy hunter, you will hate this game. And this is not the only thing you're going to hate, because so many things can happen in your playthrough which can lock you out of the platinum trophy altogether. And I feel like this is a terrible thing to do to people, especially because you don't have the knowledge at the time that one thing you did is going to have such dire consequences later. In chapter 2, at the beginning of the chapter, you're going to fight 2 bosses. Not really 2 bosses, just like one boss, and one guy and his father. And well, depending on who you kill first, I didn't know that at the time, but depending on who you kill first, you can be locked out of the best ending in the game. So in case you don't understand what I'm saying, let me rephrase it. Just because you killed a boss before another one in chapter 2, you will not be able to complete the game with a good ending. You will not be able to get what in my opinion is one of the best weapons in the game, some items, and even a relic, just because you killed the wrong boss in chapter 2. I don't know why they would do that. This is basically forcing you to go for a second playthrough. and I don't mind that, but don't force my hand. I would generally just play the game. Again, I played through 4 cycles already. I would gladly just keep playing the game because it is good. But when you do those things, those scammy things, I don't agree. You know, you kill that boss and now you fucked basically. And here's the alternative, because there is an alternative. If you kill the right boss first, you get a spirit. You get the spirit of the boss. And in this game, 90% to 95% of the spirits are useless. In this game, I'll say 50% of the armor sets are good. In this game, 70% of the weapons are good. But here's the thing. The more you play, the more weapons you're going to increase. I mean, you're going to acquire, which means that you will never backtrack. You will never use a weapon because it has less damage. That's not going to happen. So because of the way the game is designed, chances are you end up using only 2 to 3 weapons out of 10 or 15, making all those other weapons useless. But at the time where you unlocked them, they were good. They were the best you could probably get. But then in the end game, they just there. They don't do anything. And even the good ones with good stats or good, I'll say, passive abilities cannot be upgraded for whatever reason. I don't know why they would do that. You made me grind for hours for that one piece of armor, but you won't let me upgrade it? Why? Why would you do that? Like, I just wasted my time. You obviously you wanted me to get it. You want me to incorporate it in my build, but you won't make me upgrade it? Why would you do that? Like, very questionable decisions. And coming back to that spirit you unlock, you probably never going to use it because it's trash. you mostly only care about the passive abilities those spirit give you. You're never going to use that because maybe it's too slow, maybe it's like it takes a long time to activate, and you're going to get knocked out of the animation and it's going to be consumed. So there goes your spirit, you won't be able to use it. So what's the point? Again, on one side, you get a good ending, some items, probably one of the best fights I've seen in a video game. I mean, the whole sequence is just epic. But on the other side, you get a spirit. How is this? Why? Why would you do that? Oh man. After going through all those loops, I got the trophy and I didn't feel happy about it. I just felt empty. It's the first time ever. Like I said, I'm not a trophy hunter, so maybe out there are games with more toxic requirements, but this was a first for me and I didn't feel good about it. Usually when you get the platinum trophy, you're like, oh, I've done everything there was to do in this game and I feel so happy. That was not the case. That was not the case. I feel like I was so far away from my first impressions from the game, which were like mostly positive. I was like, this is the game of the year, this is so great. But the more you keep playing Black Myth Wukong, for whatever reason, maybe it's just me, but for whatever reason, the more you play Black Myth Wukong, the less you like it. Again, maybe it's just me, but I feel like this game is so lacking in so many areas. I don't know why that's the case, because they have so much time to prepare. They chose to release this game because they assumed it was in the best possible state. But I don't think it is, and not just because of the platinum trophy and the requirements and the trophies, which are just mean to the players. I just feel like there is so much more to do. Where are my combos? Why am I just mashing square for the entirety of my playthrough? Or my playthroughs, because there are 4 of them. Why do I not feel different from the first time I started the game? Why do you have a stamina bar? Why can I swing my weapon even when the stamina bar is depleted? Why? So what's the point of having the stamina bar to begin with? Why can I clearly see that I can go somewhere, but I can't because of some kind of invisible wall? What is the point of having a jump button if you don't have any platforming? You could remove the jump button in Black Myth Wukong and there will be no difference whatsoever. Why? Why is that the case? Why? I don't understand so many choices in this game. Like, why would you make me grind for an item that I can't even upgrade, but allow me to upgrade something else? Why is there so much focus on poison in this game? Why is there no armor set giving me, I don't know, fire damage increase, or just, I don't know, being able to inflict fire on enemies. I don't have a single item to allow me to increase my fire damage. That's insane. But you have like all those items for poison? But hey, you have an armor set which increases your stamina recovery in mud. There's only one boss in this game that you fight in mud. And they were like, you know what? Let's make an armor set around that. Why? Why would you do that? It's a sick looking armor set, but I will never use it because 99% of the game is not going to take place in mud. So why do I have an armor set specifically, made with mud in mind? Why? Oh god, you know what? You read the title. It made me miserable. I'm not just saying it, I feel miserable. Every time I play Black Myth Wukong now, all I see is the grind. Having to defeat that enemy like 1,000 times. Now, I'm not exaggerating, it's not going to take you 1,000 times unless you are really unlucky. I can tell you already, if you are really unlucky in life, you don't want to go for the Platinum Trophy in this game. Because chances are you will be there for a while. A whole while. And there are talks about this game being Game of the Year, and honestly, I can see that happening because again, it's not a bad game, but we've had a bad year. This is a year where we had the likes of Suicide Squad and Conquered. So obviously Black Myth Wukong feels like a breath of fresh air, like God sending its newborn son to save us once again from salvation. Yes, but when you look at the big picture, I feel like it's not that good of a game. But good lord does it do a lot of things wrong. I am trying to, put those things aside because again, I want to keep playing the game. The year is not over yet, and I feel like so far it's between these and Final Fantasy, but I feel like this time is going to be the most popular game and it's going to be Wukong. Even though I don't feel like it does anything better. I mean, the bosses in this game are the highlight. I feel like these should have been a boss rush. I wouldn't mind that if it was just a typical boss rush, because we don't have enough of those. We just don't. And in case you are determined, despite everything I said about the trophies in this game, you are still determined to acquire the Platinum Trophy. I already talked about the 30 minutes strat. You can keep increasing the time by 30 minutes for harvesting resources, and if you really want to get the Mantle of Might trophy, I would suggest using this build in particular because it allows you to go to places faster and you will be doing a lot of back and forth. So I think this is the best option to not waste time. I would suggest having a nice movie next to you because you don't want to get bored. I almost fell asleep trying to do that. So I would say use this build, it's very effective. It makes the going back and forth less tedious, even though it remains tedious. Look, they even have a gourd which allows you to drink faster. you drink faster. Why is that not base kit? They even have a gourd which increases your attack power significantly on your last sip. So you want me to sip all the way through just because I want to get like what, 5% more damage? Oh nice. Okay, so I can hit harder but I can die in the next hit and not being able to hit. Like questionable decisions all the way through. So anyway, I am glad this is behind me. I don't have to grind or anything in this game ever again, and I feel relieved. Hopefully you are luckier than I was and it doesn't take you as long. I'm talking about hours to get that one item you really need to get a trophy. And I hope your sanity is intact by the time you are done. I'm Jiso, and I'm also miserable. Have a good day, week, month, or year. But I'll see you soon. Bye.
Did I ever tell you the definition of insanity?